Hello friends, and welcome to a Tempo Mage deck here that is actually being brought to us by EndBoss in one of his weekly articles. That I saw him post an article online, and that is not this deck at all. And so this is a Tempo Mage deck list that relies on getting a Rhonin proc to trigger, which we then want to be comboing with one of our Flame Wakers or potentially Archmage Antonius in order to have massive tempo swings in terms of control of the board. And I am trying to... We'll try and move that over here so it's a little bit out of the way. We have a nice 4-3 here. If this is a Ressurect, So if this is a Ressurect Priest, we don't have any polymorphs, unfortunately, because if we have to face a 4-7 next turn, I'll be kind of sad. This will be 4... we can kind of make it work. I like the idea of trading in, though. I know it kind of slows down the face damage, but it does get our cycle going. You know what, let's hang on to it for one more turn. This way we have quite a bit, we have more power on board in the event that all that we see next turn is a Ressurect. And we have, I wouldn't really consider Azure Drake necessarily massive draw, but there's lots of things that we can draw into that are good. And Priest sometimes gets stuck healing in the early game. So now we're going to hold off on playing anything else onto a board here. That is a little bit weak to Priest AoE, especially coming into turn 4. It would definitely sting to get Circle Auchenai or Auchenai Circle. Ordering matters. And sure, this definitely stinks, but we'll survive. And so one of the keys to this deck, I think, is... Okay, so sorry, I will finish that thought. One of the keys to this deck is saving your Flame Waker for massive Arcane Missile turns. Or spell turns in general. And so right now the thing that I'm debating is whether or not I should play Occult Sorcerer, because next turn I may want to play Azure Drake with the Arcane Blast, or even the Frostbolt. I think I like doing this, because it might force our opponent. It puts a little bit of pressure, obviously not real pressure. This spell gets double bonus from spell damage. So what happens if you have two creatures with spell power on board? Oh, that's a lot of spell power now. I really don't know how this works. Is this going to go to 8? Is this going to let me one-shot him? That's not how it works, right? I also like playing this first. It goes to 6. 6 is pretty good. I don't mind. I don't like this trade. But honestly, I don't want Priest of the Feast to stay alive, because a lot of these Priest decks, I feel like they have really big, massive sustain. Entombing the 4/4, you know what? That's really going to happen because there's no other real targets for them. And I like pinging here. I'd rather save... I mean, I could have played the 3/2. I should have taken a second to think about that. So I've had actually very poor success with this deck, to be honest with you. And I think one of the reasons is I tend to overextend, and I tend not to... And I tend not to actually use my resources to the best of my ability. Like in this, like I'll overextend basically, and then I'll be able to have my board get wiped, and then I'm left with nothing. So right now, we could Fireball, but obviously that's overkill. We could Frostbolt, but then that could potentially get rid of our, you know, combo ability with a future Flame Waker. We could throw down another spell power minion in Arcane Explosion and ping, but honestly, this case I like the Frostbolt. It definitely looks like we're playing a very, very control Priest. So I'm not expecting a massive turn anytime soon. And that is actually really good that our opponent did play 1 Entomb. And if this stays alive, I definitely want this to go face. That's unfortunate. So in this case, this is 6. We'll go 7, 8 with both of our spell power minions, which doesn't work out in terms of mana. I just realized I don't have 10 mana. 2, 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. But this still works. And we can ping here. Oops! It all worked out in the end, but that's okay. So that's okay. And it is good then that our opponent used one of their entombs, because we really need Rhonin to proc. Oh, if we get a rag, we are... Oh, baby. Okay, now we really need to get hit in face for us to have a chance here. That's not fair. I think now we're kind of... I wonder. Should we Barnes now, just in case we get an Archmage? 4, 6, 8, 10? Right? That clears both of these. And leaves up the 8, 8. So I'm going to Barnes first here in the event that we just magically get something really good. Honestly, that's not even the worst. So now we have a couple options of 3, 5, 7. But I like the spell power because now these arcane explosions turns into a 4 mana. It turns into a 4 mana flame strike, and obviously it was a 3 card 4 mana flame strike, but it still is reasonable, and it gets that rag down quite a bit. And a shifting shade is going to give our opponents great value. A little bit more draw. Needed to go face here. Ooh, we are not getting lucky with that whatsoever. How are we gonna do this now? Is it just too late? Do I just have to go for the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I think we kind of have to. Or can we wait one more turn? Can we wait? Can we wait? This is 5. I don't know how much longer we can wait, to be honest. We're going to get overrun now by this really control-y Resurrect Priest. And this is the thing with this deck. In this game, I'm very curious to see if we can find where I went wrong. And I really don't. And if anyone out there does see it, please let me know. Maybe I should have gone slower in some of the earlier middle turns to kind of use the ping a little bit more. I feel like I need to take this out, though. Like, I can't have... This is going to be 5. This is... Like, I feel like it's just going to be too much otherwise left up on board. That's only 2 extra damage. This is 5. There was a chance that I could have cleared, but that would have left me incredibly weak. Oh, boy. And an Arcane Missiles is our opponent's best top deck, and even now if we get something crazy... And now we can't play Antonius, we can't play Archmage. We're basically doomed? Yeah, we can't play a Rhonin into it getting stolen, so we're forced to do it this way. Oh, and those are horrible pings right now. Neither of them are done. I think we have to do it this way, but to be honest with you, I don't see how I'm coming back from this game. Ooh, this is so... I've had such bad experiences with this deck, and I've seen so many people post online how it's so absolutely dominating. I really want to find out what I'm doing wrong with it. There's obviously no point here. So... Let me know what you think happened in this game. Because I'm really curious, and I'll just... whatever. If our opponent wants to spam a bunch of stuff to get extra experience or whatever, I don't mind. Yeah. Oh, they gave me the Shadow Word Death. Cool. So, I'm really curious as to where I would have went wrong there, what I could have done differently. I definitely think it was in the early game. Maybe I overextended into the Auchenai. That's one thing that I'm definitely thinking. But if there's anything that you saw, please let me know. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.